Welcome to part 3 of our quick rig series. This is going to cover the part of painting weights, very basic version. Feel free to watch part 2 if you are interested in how to set the rig up right before. Otherwise, dive right into it and have fun. Alright guys, so let's talk painting skin weights. Select the body first, then go to your skin tab over here. Again, I'm still in the rigging environment for Maya. Skin, paint skin weights, and you'll immediately see some sorts of white and black maps in here. So this is all depending on what has been selected. And as you can see, and this is pretty much self-explanatory already, this as example is our foot weight. So in theory, we have our toe base weights, so they have different shades of white, gray into dark, and dark means no influence, white means full on influence. So in this case here, let's see what's happening on our fingers. So we first have to search, of course, through the list here and find our right arm. And here we go. So we can now easily just establish and troubleshoot where that problem of influence is happening. So let's see, we're just gonna go through our index finger here. Sometimes it can be a little bit easier to spot where stuff is breaking by using an actual color map. This is just a visual representation of the influence where the weight is actually still having influence. So we can see here these bluish areas, they're displayed as pretty much black in here if we just have the black and white map, but as soon as we use the color ramp map, we can see immediately where the influence is going. And you might not even want to have that much influence from this joint even going into your fingertip. So it's pretty easy, like if you just switch this to the solid brush over here, and then you can work with pen pressure here if you go to stylus pressure and you work with your tablet, or you can just work with the mouse and change the opacity and its intensity. And you can see right away how this immediately influences, right? So holding down the control key allows you to really blacken this out and remove this kind of influence here as well. And just make sure you don't have this spilling into all these other areas. For me personally, I'm never spending too much time into those stages because I just need the quick rig to fulfill the purpose of roughly posing the character. The rest has usually been done in sculpting. But again, feel free to spend as much time as you want and need to really polish this out and get this to a nice result. But we still have this influence here at this tip joint basically. So this is still something I just want to show you guys on how to fix real quick. Again, go to my skin, paint skin weights, and then we're just gonna go here into my right index number 4, and you can see how we get this influence over here. Let's switch this off. So it almost looks black, but not completely. So I'm just gonna use it with the color map on, hold down my control key to paint fully black, and just completely remove that influence from over here so we don't have it interfering with what my finger is doing here on the other side. So if I select this now again, still a little bit left, so let's just dive back into it. Yeah, as you can see, when we go to this joint chain, we still have some stuff bleeding over, so just make sure this is really not there anymore and it's all been sorted out. And then we just go one higher up here as well. And yeah, so again, this might speak for the fact that we have, when we create our initial character, to have things a little bit further spaced apart, you know, fingers as example a little bit further spaced apart and stuff like that. But I don't like too rigid looking A poses, but that's more like an aesthetical decision. When I sculpt and I build my initial base meshes, I love to work with something which looks already organic, nice, relaxed and natural. And I don't like having a stiff, super flexed hand, spaced apart fingers and things like that. But again, this is not meant to be, even if it would become a high-end rig at the end, then we would have riggers or you potentially taking much more time to make this nice anyways. But here in my case, I really don't need much. And before, I'm gonna add a tiny little section here at the end as well, a little hack I've been using over the years, called our Delta Mush Deformer, integrated here in Maya, which allows you to restore proportions really nicely. So If you're interested in that, just stay on for another 2 minutes and we're gonna cover that as well. All right, guys, I hope this helped. This is really just a very rough summary of how to add a very simple rig and work with it and pose your characters. Feel free to use it. Again, some people prefer ZBrush, some people prefer Mudbox. It's really personal preference and what you like. This is my personal workflow. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Happy to help and happy posing. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.